And the first fighter to enter the octagon into the blue corner. Let's hear it for Eddie Rowe. And his opponent entering into the red corner. Let's hear it for Lewis Hardy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He hails from Swadlincote. He's 21 years old, stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighed in at 155 pounds. He fights for Sukata BJJ, and tonight is his debut in the cage. Let's hear it for Eddie Rowe. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Melton Mowbray. He's 28 years old, stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and weighed in at 155 pounds. He fights for Hard Knocks MMA and has a mixed martial arts record of 3 contests, 1 win and 2 losses. Let's hear it for Lewis Hardy.
It really is. I'm pretty sure I've seen Lewis Harding before, Ben, perhaps on a show over in Shrewsbury. I'm trying to recall. Definitely seen him.
Straight away, it's Eddie Rowe looking to work, gets the position, but forsakes it, and now he's pulled guard. And coming from the Sukata BJJ Academy, you'll know that he'll have drilled his ground game up there. And that might be what he wants to do. But once again, we see it so many times, David, it really is a different kettle of fish when you throw in these other elements.
Yeah, certainly. But obviously the Sukata team have got they've got a lot of MMA guys about, so certainly not just a pure BJJ gym down there. Harding, he is sneaking a few now in the full guard. Rowe perhaps looking to stand up there. He is shipping the odd punch here. I think he's in a bit of an awkward position against the cage, Ben.
Maybe looking to get his man if he can grab both the legs. He's got to be mindful of his hand fists, and a nice lumberjack sweep there. Takes the legs out and pounces forward, and now he's inside control. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, great position for Rowe. Did well, great sweep. Now I think he's just going to take us out effortlessly through the mount. Yeah, I like the way he's just taking his time here, Rowe. Gonna look to break the grip of Lewis Harding and then posture up. Just trying to use that crossface to do that. Nice pressure on the jawline. So he's putting the pressure on the jaw there, and that's the spine's going to follow Ben. It's just really going to break the grip of Lewis Harding.
See a lot of fighters use that, like I say. It just becomes more about an attritional kind of technique there. There's no real science or technique behind it. It's just making your opponent as uncomfortable as possible so they forget about what they were thinking. And there was a big shot, and we see, like I say, we've seen a lot of guys at Fight UK, maybe most famously Michael Andrzejczak, really using that forearm pressure to just give your opponent something else to think about.
Yeah, and you know, as you say, from this point of view, it's just so damaging to the sort of neck and the spine area, and you're just not as solid a unit off your back. It's just harder for him to hold on to that posture. But I think Eddie Rowe, I'm surprised at that, to be honest. Rowe looked very strong on the mount, almost looked to give that up momentarily, but
Eddie Rowe looks to be setting something. I thought he'd send up a big kick, throws a body kick and doesn't quite connect someone. Steps over into the mount once again, and now he's got the arm pinned.
Bad position for Eddie Rowe. Does well, Ben, to get out the back door.
Nice scramble, and is able to retain the top position.
Yeah, Rowe back in a side control. I think from Eddie Rowe's point of view, Ben, he's definitely found his sweet spot in this fight, and that is working the top position. likewise, Lewis Harding, Ben, I mean, when he had top position, even sat in the full guard of Eddie Rowe, he was able to land a number of strikes. So I think that's what we're probably going to see in this fight. It's going to be battle to see who can get that top position. Close round. So going to be interesting to see what the tactics are from the corners. And it's hard to tell, Ben, from the stand-up exchanges we've seen. Perhaps Harding looking a bit more confident on the feet, but most of it has been in the grappling. As we say, both guys had their moments in top position.
I think you're right. I think not much of a gap between them from a technique point of view, but Harding looks a tad more composed in there for me, but that'll be attributed to obviously the fact that he's been in here before. This is his 4th fight under the amateur rule set. Eddie Rowe making his debut, and as we say so many times, it might not be his combat sports debut, but still amateur mixed martial arts debut, so you're throwing a lot of things together.
Referee Dean Weir about to get this second round underway.
Lewis Harding, excuse me, looking to come in, heavily tattooed fire, and he's throwing a few shots, chasing his man a little. Got to be careful of this. Eddie Rowe initiating. Once again lands on top, but a real dogfight for position this.
Rowe got his back and looking for the choke. Oh, I thought he was getting choked straight away, but
looks like he's got one arm under. Very good work from Harding there. Isolating and looking to spin round if he can.
Yeah, he definitely looks the more physically imposing Harding. But now he's gone to the short choke, I think, Ben. Hard to see from our vantage point.
Rotates around to get the mount. Very nice work from Eddie Rowe. Real seamless transition that.
It's very difficult for Harding to get out this mount in the first round. He's going to have less energy now. It's an extremely high mount from Rowe. It's going to be very difficult for the Hard Knocks MMA fighter Harding.
Rowe really settling into this mount position now. Survived a quick buck off there and a reverse leg escape, and now he's up there. He's going to be looking to land a few shots. As we say, Dave, so often in the amateur leagues, but positional grappling, arguably one of the best weapons that you can take in there.
Oh, just as we say that, Eddie Rowe a little too relaxed there, started throwing in the shots, and good turnaround, good sweep from Harding. Now he's in top position, and as I mentioned, he has had success with punches here. So this could be another close round. Rowe looking for the armbar.
Got to be careful of that arm. He isolated it nicely. Harding looking to stack and drop some shots. Stack and smack, I almost said. Is that a thing? Can we have that one?
It is now. It is now. Always a fan of the stack and smack is Lewis Harding. They work it a lot down at Hard Knocks MMA. And again, Ben, another extremely close round. Both men having their moments. Whenever they're in top position, they look dangerous.
Looking to isolate an arm, at the same time push the knee through.
Rowe doing well to avoid the mount thus far, but it looks like it might be just a matter of time at this point. Just trying to nip that quarter guard in there. Does well, Rowe, to avoid being mounted there. But again, it's time on his back in a 3-minute round.
Finishing off with some good shots.
Yeah, nice.
Clever
finish
work from Harding.
Some of the crowd getting a little fruity, shall we say? But you know, you've got to bear in mind this is Eddie Rowe's debut, and I mean, you know, we see the more casual fans perhaps not taking notice of the technical nuances when it comes to the grappling side of the game, but these guys aren't resting. You know, it's been a battle for every position, and it's no wonder they're both slowing down a little towards the end of the second, because as I've mentioned, both have landed shots from the top position, and you know, it's a struggle. They're very evenly matched, and it's very difficult for them for either fighter to hold on to a position here.
Two very close rounds, Dave. This fight really is anybody's at this point.
Yeah, extremely difficult to judge. You know, it might be down to literally, dare I say, control, because both guys have had their moments. It's hard for us to judge from commentary, but I'm sure the judges have got more handle on who's had longer in each position, and that's really perhaps what it will come down to. It's that close.
Standing guillotine attempt from Hardin here.
Takedown from Rowe could be oh so important in this fight. But again, as we've seen before, Hardin manages to get himself in the top position. Rowe's shown threats with arm bars, and again he's flicking the leg up.
Nice high guard from Rowe, giving his opponent something else to think about. But Hardin, realistically, Dave, I mean, if he can maintain this top position, land a few strikes, it's going to be very hard to give the round against him at that point.
Yeah, that's it. He will be content. But referee Dean Weir having a close look. He's asking the guys for action down there.
Oh,
again, armbar attempt.
Spinning on the hips. Looks like he's got a bit more momentum into this one. Pull
Triangle.
out some hand fists, and there's a triangle. You're right, great call. Over the top like lightning. Hardin really needs to make his mind up here, Dave.
He's flicking it under for a go-go or an armbar. It's
a nice hammer fist once again.
You can tell Rowe, you know, it definitely has some grappling credentials. As you say, it's just putting it together under this MMA rule set, because Hardin's just throwing those little shots in and being very aggressive whenever he's caught in a submission attempt, and it just seems to be throwing Rowe off a little.
Clever performance from this Hardin for me, Dave. I mean, he's not landed a massive amount from the top, but he's constantly working, constantly moving, and at that point it really almost discourages a referee to want to stand it up. That being said, Dean Weir in good position to take a close look, and if he deems the fight isn't progressing enough, he may choose to do that. But Hardin, as we say, doing this a little bit, backing off, and now he looks coming over the top, land a leg kick or two maybe. He needs to really make his mind up here what he's going to do.
Yeah, this is where, for me, Ben, and I've spoke about it before, where perhaps referees could, in my opinion, be a bit quicker on the stand-ups. When a guy stood over another fighter, I mean, for me personally, I think that's a 4 or 5 second choice. Either you want to go back down to the ground or you want to let him up, because it's easy for Hardin to buy some time, and now it's as if the grappling clock has started all over again. So, you know, now he's got more time to stay in top position without, let's face it, doing a whole lot. I mean, if anybody's looked more threatening, it's Eddie Rowe.
Definitely in a posture up here. As Hardin sits back. Rowe threatening off his back, but he doesn't like he's got a lot. And a big round of applause.
Yeah, very evenly matched fight, and good debut for Eddie Rowe. I'm sure he's learnt a lot from that.
All 3 judges have rendered a unanimous decision in favour of your winner, 29-28, from the red corner, Lewis Hardin. Well, let's hear it for a very kind runner-up. Let's hear it for Eddie Rowe.